How's it going, Internet? Welcome back. It's Touhou 6, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, Marissa, you know, doing a little better, getting a little better. Dare I say it, it's coming together. He said coming. Alright, what about this run? A lot of good things. A lot of good things happen on this run. But still, things to tie up. But you know what? If there's anything to take away from this run is that, yes, we have made a good choice in changing our character. The last run was not just some sort of one-time fluke that sort of saved us from eating our own fingers. This certainly is a better character, a better main, as I were. And going forward with this character, we can kind of, build an environment of new strategies to kind of put this game down once and for good, and lift, the demons and hauntings of Touhou 6 off our consciousness. And then move on to another one. Another Exorcism Run. If we feel so inclined. I'll tell you, as we go through these sort of sleepy time tea levels that I don't necessarily have anything new to add unless we're somehow obliterated. Eventually we are going to do Space Moth DX. Eventually. I don't know mentally when I'll be ready, mentally prepared and ready to take on that task, or to weather the sort of emotional bullfight, or bronco riding. You thought I got pissed off or annoyed in these last few Touhou videos. There's the thing about Space Moth is that there aren't too many characters to choose from, as in there's one character to choose from. And that, it being a little, 5 or 6 levels, a lot can go wrong. And, the way we were playing it last time wasn't necessarily copacetic to earning a lot of points, if earning points mattered one goddamn bit. The way we were looking at it is that we need a near perfect run till the end of the game. And it's a hard task to accomplish. Let's see how long we can drag this silence out, right? Second level here. Just picked up full power mode here as well. So, boy. But these first 2 levels, are they not absolutely paint by number? I am literally doing the same thing over and over and over. Oh. I apologize. These first, let me take a quick look. First 4 minutes of these videos, maybe 5 minutes, first 5 minutes must be rough to watch. It's literally just the same garbage, waiting to see how bad I go on from, I play from this point forward. You can tell some patterns are a little easier and some are a little bit more challenging. Where the pattern we were just looking at, we had to move a lot more, moving a lot more away from the enemies. You're certainly not shooting and dealing damage in that case, but something like like this in the prior, where she's just standing there, taking a beating. We're going to get through it easier and faster. And she's not necessarily moving here either, which is perfectly acceptable. The point where she's not moving and the bullets are not moving, the only thing that's moving is the damage to her life points, is perfectly fine. Because shit like that will happen where nothing is moving except, her, dying health bar. And then, yeah, the whole screen full of bullets will just go away. Perfectly okay with that. There we go. So we've seen this a million times with 4 lives, 4 bombs, going into the 3rd stage. And now, now it's all hands on deck, right? Now we'll see how things really fare out. We do not want to die in the stage. However, if need be, we can compromise and say, okay, we can fire up a couple bombs. I think it's realistic to say we should not die in the stage and only use 1 bomb. And we know pretty much what we're talking. What we feel is that the last attacks of this stage's boss is a motherfuck, and the bane of our existence. So we feel like maybe instead of dying, we can fire off 2 bombs. But I like to hope that we can kind of hold out and dodge some bullets. Just maybe get lucky. Staying up all night to get lucky, and and just not getting pelted to oblivion with bullets, and then just kind of keeping it minimum, just so we can get away with 1 bomb. Wouldn't that be nice? Cutting it close here, but luckily we're not sticking around. That's the good thing about Marissa. We're doing damage, and things are dying in front of us. But you can kind of tell we're sort of playing very similar to how we were playing before, and I think that's kind of fine. We're not homing like we were prior, but we are faster. So you'd like to think that, if we need to move a little bit here or there, we can. We're not necessarily reliant on homing to compensate for us slowly trudging across the screen. Alright, here we go. No silly mistakes until crunch time, right? Sitting at 6 lives, 4 bombs. You fucking hate it, right? And that's exactly what I was talking about. Like, well, Marissa does move a little fast, or faster. Maybe it's not a bad thing, but it's just something we're not particularly 100% used to. And we're like, as long as we're not just like accidentally bump into something, god damn it, that's exactly what we do. It's not nothing that we saw coming and we can kind of prepare for. But all right, well, we got a bunch of bombs. If we're cornered or something is coming our way, we'll use the bomb. No, it's just like an agility test. Like we worked that pattern just fine, but just this time we just happen to move poorly. Move just a little too much. And this is what I'm talking about with these final stages. If we can kind of just fight on just a little bit, and I mean a little bit, it was all it really took, but holy shit, 2 bombs. Absolutely 0 fucks, no patience for that final attack as we use 2 bombs. And, you know, the final count of that boss fight was 1 life and 2 bombs. Certainly more than what we really want to, like, kind of use as a resource at that stage of the game. So, you know, short-term goals is kind of reduce that. And I think that certainly will happen. You know, if we have a little bit more patience and a bit more familiarity with moving around in certain patterns, so we're not bumping into things. Fucking stupid that was. Wow. I don't know what you call that, but that's. And when we tally up the dumb mistakes, come the end of the game, something like that is will prove to be like a valuable like mental mistake of just like an absolute loss of focus for a short time, long enough to walk into like a single bullet that's just racing across the screen. Yeah, we'll see later on when we need an extra life, you know, and you know why we don't have an extra life yet, you know, or even some more bombs, right? Silly, stupid mistake. You know, it's one thing to kind of use bombs and to die, you know, doing your best, you know, crowded and fucked in the corner. Be like, listen, there's nothing I can do except, you know, embrace, you know, the cold release of death. That's fine, but yeah, just kind of be an idiot about it, right? Throw your lives away, and all the bombs, you know, attached to them. And once we clear this, there's cleared. We hesitate a little bit to jump up, which is what we should be doing, because a lot of times we rush up the front, up the side of it, and kind of don't get the bullets to clear as much as we really should. You can tell, oh, bad place to be. Do not go back in the corner where the bullets already are. So, a little mental mistake there, as we're kind of still trying to get accustomed to this area without homing bullets. But you can tell, man, it feels good just killing these guys off damn instantly, right? Oh, feels good, man. Five lives, 2 bombs. More than the 3rd level boss. If we can get through Patchouli here with minimal damage, and how many times does that laser hit us? You know, I'm kind of perfectly okay with just bombing the bejesus out of her there. Anytime the boss wants to stand there is perfectly fine, except for when she shoots you dead. I think maybe you can probably tally that up to the 2nd, like, absolute, you know, boneheaded, stupid move. Both of those deaths really shouldn't have happened. You know, so maybe we should be seeing ourselves around 6 lives if we had, you know, a single brain cell operating in our brains, right? Or our heads, rather. Trying our best to kind of focus and see this pattern of sort of chaotically moving, you know, tennis balls. This can be tricky. I mean, these big green bastards are going to push you, you know, away from them, you know, their large size, and you might not be locking up with the boss. However, did enough damage. This is a motherfucker too. What a... However, cleared a bunch of it, and yeah, perfectly okay with using a bomb to kind of get us through that. So, I mean, not so bad against Patchouli. You know, a stupid death and a bunch of bombs. I mean, I guess we'll take it, right? You know, if that's what we have to look forward to in future runs, I suppose that's not going to be so bad. Some nice timely dodges here as well. As, you know, it's good to have a character that you can kind of see things, like, okay, this is my path, I need to go now, and actually have a character that can actually go there at the time you need to go. You know, here again going, okay, now, you know, and picking up some maximum points. I mean, yeah, what can we do, right? Provided we don't use a lot of resources here, we can make up a free life. And I wonder when we face this pattern, whether or not it's better to commit to your dodge earlier than it is to wait for everything to spread out, as in like those sort of waves of red knives. Yeah, this pattern is going to fuck itself. And luckily we have that nice long bomb where, you know, maybe until the end of time, that's what that attack's going to get when available. A bit crowded and silly. Just enemies that just don't stop coming in and firing a bunch of useless trash. Never-ending littering garbage. Brought back up to 5 lives, however, short-lived. Four lives, 3 bombs against second to last boss here. Keep in mind that the last stage is rather short, so, you know, let's pray for minimal damage, you know, limited resource wasting, and you know, take as much as our 4 lives and 3 bombs to the final boss as we can. I mean, when it comes to the point where we take this much, you know, these many lives and bombs to the final boss, we're going to win. So it's just a matter of, like, minimizing stupid mistakes. Like that, right? Doing stupid things. And, you know, if nothing else, the sort of theme of this round hasn't necessarily been being overwhelmed and being beaten into a corner, as it is just being clumsy, really. Clumsy dodges, you know, finding a bullet in front of your face and then running into it. And still, you know, we still have the final, you know, here's the final stretch of the fight with her. With still 3 lives. I mean, Jesus Christ, it is kind of falling apart now, though. But you gotta love how much damage you know. You just look and go, look how much, you know. It does get rather crowded, though. Yeah, fuck. You know, you'd like to kill her before this gets too silly, but, you know, by the 3rd pass, it's already getting too silly. Final stage, not too far of a stage, not too far. You know, we have a sort of spurt of enemies here. Luckily, we have a maximum screen cleared. Max power screen. There it is, full power mode, rather. Saves us, you know, a few seconds as the bullets have to kind of re-enter the screen. Then we have to fight the old Knife Girl once more. You know, if we can kill these guys before they shoot out their bullets, that'd be great, but I'm not so sure it's going to be in the cards. Alright, so we have her. Just a quick little fight, although it is pretty spammy. And then it's final boss time. Pretty nasty. It goes pretty quick. And we fucking had it. Half of a second earlier. And that's so disappointing, right? Oh. We had it. However, 4 bombs, 1 life. Now let's keep in mind how far or how well we do with this. The standard right now is facing, you know, facing this boss with essentially 2 lives. With, you know, 4 bombs, it's kind of 2 lives. Provided we stretch it out as much as we can. So this will be our sort of barometer of how much life we really want to face the old vampire queen here with. There goes our 4th gauge, down to 3 gauges. 72 mil. It's either going to be 80 or 90 that's going to tip us over to the next one. However, I'm not so sure that's a possibility in this playthrough. That sucks. That sucks. That's a lot of bombs flushed. Cut our bombs in half. You know, what could have been, right? What could have been? And a sort of proper, you know, a proper what if, pretty well wasted. But you can tell she stands there as we beat her, you know, beat her head in. You know, she's a little off there. Nowhere close to what we need for our extend. However, she's down to her second to last life gauge. Not that crazy there. Just does push you up, but then she does stand there and allow you to just beat on you. So she pushes you up to the side, and then bam, you got some time in here to put in some damage. Now a different attack. However, a lot of empty space. We should have went in a direction. However, that's how it goes, and we're dead. But very close to the final final life gauge of the game, essentially. And you have to think back. You have to go back, going, "Oh man, remember that one part we did something fucking ridiculously stupid, and that other part. And remember that part we just walked into bullets, and those other 3 parts we just walked into bullets." And you're like, "Oh fuck, we could have had it." Oh shit, you know, that realization sinks in, like, "Oh shit, we could have had it." And on the bright side, though, is I think we will. It's only a matter of time now. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we're going to capture this game real soon.